Going on? Welcome to another Captain's Log. Today, I just want to let y'all know, as a reminder, I should say, I don't have my mic, so it's not going to be the best audio today. But as a reminder, I just want to let you know that when you complete something or you win, shut up. Stop talking. Celebrating profit. You know why? Because people are going to take the message that you want to deliver differently than you're trying to deliver it. You can have, like, I get it. You did something, you're kind of proud of it. You just want to show the people you know or show people around you. But what you fail to realize is you don't know what that person is going through, or if you do know what they're going through, you don't know how they're going to take that information. Or maybe it's not the right time, especially if you do know what's going on in their life. Maybe it's not the right time to make it about you. Because that's just the way they're going to take it. They're either going to say everything is about you and this, that, and the third, because all you want to do as a person who's excited about something you just newly discovered or newly cracked the code on, all you want to do is get out there and tell everybody what you found out. That's primarily it. That's where most of the passion comes from people, most of the things. And if, depending on the relationship you've built prior to that, people are going to take it as you're either throwing it in their face or what, and you be shocked. I'm telling you, most of the time the person will be shocked because that's not what they were trying to accomplish. Celebrating profit. Denzel gave a speech. I forget. I think it was Howard University, and he gave his 3 tips to succeed in life. Celebrate your wins, and profit was one of them. Now, if he at almost arguably the highest level of fame, you know what I mean? If he's saying that, there's got to be some kind of truth to the phrase. When you celebrate in profit, people only see the results. They don't think that you're throwing it in their face. And then they're more receptive to you later on because it's like, oh, I didn't know that about you. But I guess when you say something, and you tell something, especially, it doesn't matter how close they are to you. I remember when I first not hit big, but gained some decent profit off of crypto. I wanted to show my friend, like, yo, you should get into crypto because this is happening. He got into crypto. He took a couple thousand out, and he profited, right? But he didn't understand it, where it's not a put in and then at the end of the year take out kind of thing. It's, you got to put it in and leave it there, and then just shave off the top, or DCA, and then, you know, over time you can probably reap the benefits of your profit if you don't want to trade. But he still profited, right? So I was like, okay, you see, it's obviously working. It's something that I can talk to someone I can talk to about it, because again, that's half the reason why you talk to people about it. You want to see if a person's interested, so you can see if one of your friends has an interest that you have. That's really what it comes down to. But it becomes a, hey, look at me conversation if you keep winning, the other person doesn't. And therefore, if you'd have just kept quiet about it, let them come to you with questions. Let them show you that they're interested. That's when it's probably okay to answer questions. And I would say, even going as far as that, just answer the question that they asked. for people that like to talk, for people that like to hear themselves, whatever the case may be. Maybe you would want to add in a few things because that's the way it's going to be perceived. You like to hear yourself talk. I've never gotten that, but I guess with this YouTube channel now and all that stuff, maybe that can be perceived that way. It is what it is. But I know if you feel like the question they ask is a little loaded or it's not as easy as a simple answer, you're going to have to give more information. And then for you to give more, especially something like, it could be anything, but I'm just using crypto as the example. Something as complex as crypto, it's very hard to give a one-word answer to. When you get in is not the same time I got in, so it's hard for me to tell you what to do based on what you're doing right this second, especially if I got in way before you did. It may not be the best coin. It may have been the best coin when I got in, but now that you're getting in, it may be ready for a downtrend. Who knows? So it's like, you gotta say as much as you can so they can understand it. But some people won't take it that way. You gotta just keep things to yourself. It sucks. People at the end of the day are going through so many things. Like, I can tell you, my newfound love for travel is just something that I've been trying to get other people around me to do more often. Maybe they're not interested in that. Maybe they don't want to hear it. I don't know. And it's not like I wouldn't let the conversation be organic. I wait till it's organic, and then when the conversation comes up, I put in my 2 cents. Or maybe that 2 cents to them is like $1. And it's like, yo, dude, we good. You can feel like you are a person who, especially in the travel space, you don't want to just invite anybody, but if you feel cool and you about to go somewhere, and you say, hey, listen, I'm going here, then you're more than welcome to come, especially like if they know you're going. Because what people do is like, oh, he didn't invite me. But then if you do invite them, it's like, oh, he's bragging. You can't win. Best to just keep it quiet, keep it silent. Don't let nobody, first of all, don't let nobody move you off your center. Like, if you are who you are, just keep it that way. If that's the way you are, then find people that's like-minded so that when you talk, you feel more comfortable, or they can have some input and you can learn from them too. But otherwise, keep it to yourself. Ain't no reason to be out here preaching to people that don't care. I don't know. I feel like, again, I said yesterday that people really just ultimately do want their freedom, regardless of how they go about it. Maybe they get complacent, maybe they get stagnant. Maybe they love their life. Who knows? But I can tell you one thing. A lot of people don't leave their area. And travel is definitely one way you can do that. Even if you don't leave the area, maybe you go on a 3-4 day trip, it's definitely something that you can at least, broaden your horizons just a little bit more because you've experienced something. And again, like I said, a lot of people don't leave their area. Or they may come from somewhere, and then when they get settled where they are, they never leave again. They may not even go back home for years. So a lot of times it is money, but then ask them if they've been to the club and they'll tell you yes. And half the time, especially if you're a guy, if you like to do VIP and all that stuff, one night in the club, especially if you go 2 nights in a row and you're doing VIP, man, that right there is a ticket and Airbnb to a nearby country if you in the United States. So it's like it's on them to if you want to do a club and have fun and go out, why not experience that somewhere new? You've already done the place that you go to all the time. You go there all the time. You know everybody there. Like, you don't want something new? Some people don't care for that. And because they don't care for it, that's when they start to be like, nah, you either doing too much, or they start trying to find reasons to bring your ideology down. It is what it is, you know? As long as you feel like you being you and you're not pretending. If that version of you is shooing people off, then either you're in the wrong group or maybe you are doing too much. Sometimes self-reflection, some kind of introspection is necessary in those situations. Find out what it is. It's gonna get a little loud here. But yeah, find out what it is. 'Cause you never know. A lot of people like to point the finger. Sometimes it is that person you see when you stare in the mirror. You really won't know unless you try. But I could say that I've encountered both sides. I could say that you you really don't know a person. You don't know how they're gonna react. You don't know them. Even if you've been knowing them for years, if you mainly have been with them every day since you were a kid, and then after a while they gained a family, they work at different jobs than you, and you probably only see them on weekends, those 5 days, and then even then, if you have a family, you're probably not even seeing them every weekend. Those 5 days, 6 days, whatever, sometimes 2 weeks, you won't know who they are. You won't know who they are. They're gonna, maybe they'll learn something new that they just found out about, or something. But at the end of the day, people become who they are, and maybe they get turned off, or maybe they go a different direction in their thoughts. But I gotta say, the best way you can deal with that without worrying is just to celebrate in private. Keep your wins to yourself. Let them find out organically. It's easier said than done, especially if you're a person that just really wants to share the information that you found out. But at the end of the day, nobody's gonna care. No, nobody's gonna care unless they could see. Unless they could see, like, drastic results. Drastic results. I know one of my friends was like, wealth can't be hidden. Because if you got wealth, even if you try to dress down, you're gonna look like it. Even if you don't wear the Jordans, you don't wear the clothes, you don't wear the stuff, you're gonna look like it somehow. And I gotta agree with him. So, change is gonna happen if what you're doing is working. But I just feel like it's interesting that somehow that change is not something people pay attention to if it's a past experience. Like, you still experienced it. You still can talk about it. It is still a story you have. But if you're not doing that right now, I don't care what you did. That's the era we in. That's like going to an old person and telling them they have nothing to teach a young person. And people will say that. You just old, you done nothing with your life, this, that, and the third. If they're in their 70s, they have 70 plus years of showing you how to not do nothing. You can always learn something. But is it a broken clock is right twice a day? It's the truth. You can learn something from anybody. It's when you think that people want to learn from you, is where you make the mistake. Shit, man. Keep your wins to yourself. Celebrate in private. Mind your business. Shut up. And I promise you, everything will be okay. Yo, it's your boy Chris Jack. Like, comment, subscribe. Canvas Nomad here. And if you made it this far in the video, you my friend. I appreciate it.